most of the innovations that's helping us today, they came during the time of First and Second World War. Every war has boosted innovation, right? That's a common finding, and that's also the same case with COVID. If you think about the amount of digitization that happened over the last 2 years, it's unbelievable. Over the last 2 years, last 3 years, all the companies across the globe, they are spending billions and billions of dollars on digitizing the process. I'm not just talking about the sales part of it. Starting from manufacturing till the end consumer, everybody spent billions of dollars on digitization. And as analytics professionals, we are in a great place because all the investment that we made in digitization for the last 3 years, that's giving a great impact today, right? And that data is available with us today to do something really great that can increase the revenue and reduce the cost, right? And again, talking Vijoe about the shopping patterns, obviously, right? COVID taught us a lot of things, right? And we learned a lot of things. We never thought that our kids could study from home for 2 years, right? The definition of job that could be outsourced, it changed. Everything is changing over the last 2 years, right? A great example, right? Great example is beer is considered as a social drink, right? Normally people drink beer in groups and spirits in smaller groups, like in a close group. So our biggest concern was during COVID, will our sales sustain? Because beer is meant for outdoor, beer is meant for large gathering, it's a community drink, it's a social drink, right? But the fact is that our sales only increased over the last 2 years, which means that the perception that even beer can only be sold when there is large gathering happening, that's changed over the last 2 years because the entire world adopted to new ways of living, right? Their shopping patterns, their liking, the kind of beer they love, products they love, the way they want to buy it, the way they want to get it customized. So entire gambit of all of that changed, right? And last but not the least, every analytical solution in most cases, what we built pre-COVID, right? That's a most common term, right? Pre-COVID, many of them won't even stand a chance of performing today. Take an example of a forecasting model, right? A volume forecast model that we built in 2019 with 99% accuracy, and today it won't work because the variables that influence sales or overdue or whatever, right? It completely changed over the last 2 years. That again brings a lot of significance in the space of analytics because first, the trend of shoppers, the shopping patterns and all of that, customer liking, all of that. Second, the fact that we have so much of data available, digitization boom that we saw in the last 2 years, that puts us in a great place to do something really transformational to help business either to grow their businesses or to reduce their costs.